and welcome to Pulse of Culture here on TVP World. I'm Sally Jastrzębska. Valentine's Day might be over, but who says romance is dead? Whether your day was filled with love or fell a little flat, we've got something special for you. Our selection of the most unforgettable kisses in Polish film. Because a little on-screen passion never hurt anyone.
Idealnym rozwiązaniem byłoby znalezienie złotego środka. To znaczy...
This nighttime scene in the Polish film Never in My Life, featuring Danuta Stenka and Artur Żmijewski, is warm, tender and innocent, just like its protagonist, a 40-year-old divorcee.
To nie ma prawa.
A może to oni chcą nas gwałtem?
This kiss, shared by Anna Dymna and Andrzej Wasilewicz, is as beautiful as it is touching. The warm, romantic scene comes from the third installment of the beloved Polish comedy trilogy, Our Folks. This love scene in Ashes and Diamonds is deeply tragic. The final day of World War II and the first morning of peace serve as a backdrop for the story of a young man who is lost in his past, exhausted by heroism and yearning for a better future. This is a love story that was never meant to be. They meet among the ruins of post-war Poland. Their relationship seems doomed. Different backgrounds, different personalities, different life stories, yet somehow they keep finding each other. Directed by Paweł Pawlikowski, the film Cold War earned him the award of Best Director at Cannes. If you're looking for some movies to keep that Valentine's Day romance going through the rest of the year, these Polish classics are a great place to start.
In the 1960s, when Poland was still very much engulfed in a dull and grey socialist reality, a new magazine hit the shelves. You and I was truly revolutionary, offering a glimpse of Western design, foreign movies and books to readers in the black and white world behind the Iron Curtain. Take a look.
You and I magazine was very special, not only because of the contents, the lifestyle, cultural context, but most of all because of graphic design. Its art directors commissioned different designers, and these were the best graphic designers of 1950s, 1960s, 1970s Poland to design covers. So each cover was designed by a different person, and each of them was a kind of interpretation of the title.
An opera with post-apocalyptic twist. That's exactly what Polish National Opera in Warsaw delivered on February 14th. They reimagined Giuseppe Verdi's Simone Boccanegra, shifting its dark tale of politics and paternal love from 14th century Genoa to a haunting dystopian future. Curious how they pulled it off? Here's our exclusive behind-the-scenes look.
Step behind the scene, the National Opera in Warsaw's stunning production of Simone Boccanegra, Verdi's opera that originally is set in medieval Genoa in Italy. Polish film director Agnieszka Smoczyńska transposed this opera into a post-apocalyptic landscape. Here she tells TVP World why she made this artistic choice.
Originally set in the medieval times, in the 14th century, and we wanted to create a new world. What will happen after climate changes? And we decided to create new medieval times. That's why it's set in the future, after the sun burned the whole land. And there is no water, no energy, no electricity.
Although Simone Boccanegra is Verdi's lesser-known opera, The maestro Fabio Biondi told us why he feels that after this staging, it might become part of the new canon.
I hope that this performing will bring again in the focus this opera, because without Boccanegra I think we can't understand really the genius of Verdi.
It's been called the most expensive book in the world, and now you can see it up close. A rare Gutenberg Bible, printed between 1452 and 1455 using Gutenberg's movable type press, is on display at Warsaw's National Museum. With only a few dozen copies left worldwide, this is a must-see for history lovers and book enthusiasts alike.
Here is what one of the few surviving copies of the Gutenberg Bible, created by the German printer and the only one in Polish collections, looks like. The invention of printing was one of the most significant moments in the history of literacy and the spread of knowledge in Europe. The first printed book, the Gutenberg Bible, marked the beginning of a printing revolution that profoundly influenced culture, education, and the dissemination of knowledge and ideas worldwide.
The Gutenberg Bible is considered the most valuable book in the world, a truly priceless artifact. Why? Because it was the first. For European culture, the Gutenberg Bible holds a unique and significant place.
Johannes Gutenberg developed the technique of mechanical printing using movable metal type, which later became known as typography. The inventor printed his Bible in 2 volumes, each containing over 600 pages. The initials and decorative filigrees adorning the pages of the Bible were handcrafted in a medieval style. Only the main text, arranged in 2 columns, was printed using movable type. Today, the Gutenberg Bible is considered one of the most beautiful books of all time and a true technical masterpiece.
Today, very few copies remain. A total of 180 copies were printed, with up to 20 craftsmen working simultaneously on 3 printing presses. Only 48 copies have survived to this day.
The only copy in Poland is temporarily on display at the National Museum in Warsaw to mark the anniversary of its return after 20 years in Canada.
The Gutenberg Bible was originally kept in a Franciscan monastery in Lubawa. After the monastery was dissolved in 1833, it was moved to the eastern Polish town of Pelplin. During World War II, it traveled through Warsaw, Paris, London, and spent 20 years in Canada before finally returning to Poland in 1959.
Preserving this book is a complex process. The presentation of the Gutenberg Bible requires special conditions. The climate-controlled display case maintains a temperature of between 20 to 23 degrees Celsius and a relative humidity below 45%.
Its transportation was carried out with a dedicated and specialized convoy in a specially designed case under carefully controlled temperature conditions.
Today, even in the digital age, when printed books have taken a back seat to electronic ones, to see where it all began remains a fascinating experience, especially for young people.
This is a remarkable opportunity for everyone to see and experience something that have changed our world forever, to quite literally touch history and witness it to up close.
The first printed book in Europe will be available for viewing at the National Museum in Warsaw until March 23rd.
2 cities, 2 countries, 1 European capital of culture. The border towns of Nova Gorica in Slovenia and Gorizia in Italy have officially kicked off their joint tenure as the European Capital of Culture 2025. Despite being in separate nations, they share a vibrant cultural scene, making this a celebration like no other.
Today, we begin a wonderful year. Today we celebrate the start of something great and beautiful. But that's not the only thing we're celebrating. We're also celebrating the courage and hard work of all those who over the long years made possible this cultural capital of Europe. We're also celebrating culture which encourages us to transcend ourselves, to step out of our comfort zones and believe that there is something greater than us.
The Promised Land by Andrzej Wajda is one of the most iconic movies in Polish filmmaking. It captures the rise and fall of cotton mill fortunes during the Industrial Revolution in Łódź, Poland. Now, as the film turns 50, the Cinema Museum in Łódź is paying a tribute to it. Take a look.
Yes, we are currently at the Film Museum in Łódź, the only such institution in Poland that collects, conserves film memorabilia associated with production, distribution and film culture in Poland.
How will your museum celebrate Andrzej Wajda's work this year?
The museum prepared an exhibition called Half a Century of the Promised Land, and on this exhibition we will show the from behind the scenes documents from the production of the film by Andrzej Wajda. We will also show costumes that took place.
Because it's quite hard to create an exhibition about a movie, because obviously movie is something that we watch on a flat screen. So how did you decide to display? So you said you have costumes. What other artifacts have you gathered?
Original documents that were used during the film production. We will also show notes that were made and written by Andrzej Wajda during the filming.
And finally, it's that time of the year. Eurovision fever is here. After much anticipation, Poland has chosen its act for Switzerland 2025. And the winner is a true icon. Poland is sending Justyna Styczkowska, the 1990s music legend and household name, to the Eurovision stage.
The Eurovision Song Contest has been capturing the hearts and minds of Europeans consistently for the last 69 years. This year's event is taking place in Basel, Switzerland. Before artists go on to represent their country, they must go through national qualifiers.
That must be quite hard, because you're one of 11 and, you know, those 10, they need to go. You need to be the one on the stage.
Yeah, of course. So it's not going to be easy, but no one said that it's going to be easy, you know. So, but I hope everything is going to go well, and I will do what I can do best.
Okay. And tonight, is there anybody special voting for you?
Of course, my family and all of the Silesia region that I come from, because they are supporting me, and you know, they are sending me lots of beautiful messages that they hope that I'm gonna do my best, and that they will vote for me. So, yeah.
Sonia Maxeli, good luck to you and good luck to Silesia.
Yeah, thank you.
The national grand finale took place in Warsaw on Valentine's Day, and love indeed was in the air. Each performer brought their own unique sound and style to the stage, from traditional folk music to modern electronic beats. But ultimately, there could be only one winner.
Gaja znaczy ziemia.
Justyna Styczkowska urged the voters to make her Valentine's Day special by supporting her 30 years on the stage, and her fans did deliver. The second place on the podium was taken by Wajda and Nichos, a brilliant electro-folk band singing their native Podlakian dialect. But ultimately, Styczkowska won with her powerful song praising Mother Earth. The Eurovision Song Contest qualifiers were an unforgettable night of music and celebration, reminding us about the power of music to bring people together. Now it's time for performances in Switzerland. The Eurovision semi-finals kick off on Monday, 13th.
And that's a wrap for this week's Pulse of Culture. Stay tuned for more stories and cultural highlights here on TVP World. Thank you and see you next time.